Excuse me, sir. May I come in? Thank
Can
you.
you state your name for the record?
Sir, my name is Manohar Naidu, sir.
And you are already working in Customs Department.
Yes, sir.
For how many years?
From past 6 years, sir.
Have you heard of the AP Maritime Board?
Yes, sir.
What are its functions?
Sir, one major function is promotion of port development, sir. In tandem with Central's push for Sagarmala project and development of more and more ports along the coastline of Andhra Pradesh.
What are the proposed ports?
Sir, in total there are 13 ports along the coast of Vizag. Newly proposed ports are Vadaveru, Bhavanapadu, Ramayapatnam, Nakkapalli, and Nizampatnam in Prakasam. These are the ones I can recall as of now, sir.
And out of these, how many are for domestic operations and how many are for?
Out of 13 which are in Andhra Pradesh, 2 are for international operations. The rest of the 11 are for domestic operations as of now.
Which are these two?
Gangavaram, 3 actually. Krishnapatnam, Gangavaram and Visakhapatnam for international import and exports. Rest are for domestic operations.
Any of the new ones that are proposed for international?
I'm not sure, sir.
Mr. Manohar,
Yes, sir.
you are from Hubli.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What was the cause for Hubli war?
Sir, it is the tussle between Vijayanagaram and Bobli Empire, sir. Between the division of waters is one. That is, and second is there is always an enmity between Vijayanagaram and Bobli, which was taken advantage by French, sir. French General Bossi. These are the 2 reasons why Bobli war came up, sir.
Are they supporting the French people or against for them?
Vijayanagaram was supported by French, sir.
Yeah.
And Bobli fought against French and Vijayanagaram forces together.
The family relation between both families? That means Hubli and Vijayanagar?
Yes, sir, they have relation now, very cordial relation.
Not
As of now.
cordial. In fact, okay.
Yeah, I am familiar in relation, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, the most important cause behind the Russia and Ukraine war, because the comparison of the world war and as well as
Yes, sir.
the modern war. Tell me.
Sir, I can't pinpoint at one thing. If I have to say, the most important thing is emotional aspect for Russia first, because Ukraine is used to be, it is known as Little Russia, sir. So that's one. Secondly, it is economic. Ukraine's port in Caspian Sea and access to Black Sea. Third is nuclear reactors, the earlier nuclear reactors which Russia has already established.
Chernobyl.
Yes. And right now the point of concern for Russia is NATO's inclusion of Ukraine. So the 4 causes I can see. Immediate causes NATO, but it's been there from the past, sir. Right from Crimea annexation to from its roots even.
Any impact on Indian economy?
Definitely, sir.
Tell me one or two.
One, economically, we are major import of edible oil, sir. Sunflower oil, Ukraine and Russia are the major exporters. We took a lot of brunt. I can see from the retail front, oil prices has risen around 75 to 80%. From around 150 rupees per packet to 220, 230 rupees. Secondly, wheat, sir. Ukraine is a land of prairies, grasslands. Once the export of Ukraine has stopped, wheat prices across the globe has took a toll. Along with that, I can think of coal, sir. Even coal export. And Russia being blocked by US economic reasons. There's a lot of impact on India because Russia have a very cordial relationship with India, and even our international relations also took a lot brunt, sir. The kind of stand we have to take.
Right. Can I ask one question regarding the sports athletes? Again, he mentioned here. The cricket.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are which place that you are playing in cricket?
I'm a wicket keeper, sir.
Oh, wicket keeper. Very good. So throughout the match that you are standing before the wicket.
Yes.
In fact, okay, behind it. Okay. You are Manohar.
Yes, sir.
The most important player who played for nation.
Sir.
Of course, 2 decades nearly.
Sir.
And a familiar figure. Who is he and what is his record? What was his record?
There are 2 I can think of, sir. One is Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Mahendra Kirmani. Kirmani, sir.
Did you understand my question? First of all, that I asked you that the Manohar, your name.
Yes, I thought wicket keeper. Yes, only Manohar Joshi. It's another player, I think, sir.
Take another chance. Because I have given already
Yes.
records and 2 decades nearly. He was a captain and whatnot. I think without him, that there is no, there was no idea. In fact, in those days, cricket team. In fact,
Is it Vijay, sir?
Vijay Manohar. In fact,
No, sir.
That's what I'm asking you. That Manohar.
I'm trying to get back to the roots of it, sir.
Right.
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, right.
You're Manohar, right?
Yes, sir.
Why did you leave your IT job?
Sir, frankly speaking, sir, I joined engineering not by choice. It is rather for financial independence. Even if I go back a little further, I took MPC, Maths, Physics, Chemistry stream because it is better way to get settled given the financial status. Through MPC, I can get into engineering. Through engineering, I can get a very early job. So that's one way.
No, just be specific. Why did
Yes.
you leave your IT job?
I always want to get into a government service, that too in a position where I can have a wider impact on the society, sir.
Okay. Don't you think IT cannot have a wider impact on the society?
Sir, it is, I can say, sector specific, sir. I worked in financial sector, sir. Financial sector and logistics. So my work will most probably will deal with the financial sector only, sir. So I don't want to stick to one specific sector per se.
Okay. Okay. And what attracts you to the government service?
Sir, one is the diverse nature that provides, opportunities it provides, the career progression that I will have. And as I said, sir, if I can be part of decision making process, I can have huge impact, I think.
And what role do ports of Andhra Pradesh play in its economy?
Sir, if I may elaborate, we have 3 international ports. Vizag is one of the largest port which is handling bulk cargoes. Even if we can say the east coast side, Vizag is handling the most bulk cargo. And after the Krishnapatnam port, it is now handling more than 40% of the cargo which used to be handled by Chennai. So there is a huge international trade is going on. Logistics sector has developed a lot. It created many jobs too, sir.
And the customs duty which is paid goes to the central government. What gain do Andhra Pradesh government gets?
Sir, as I said, logistics, sir, the transportation sector, and the allied sectors such as construction activities, and the labor nearby, they can get the employment opportunities. I think it will have a spillover effect. It's not just it may look like central government may get the taxes alone, but the rest of the things will be beneficial to the people of Andhra Pradesh.
Okay. And do you think depending more on exports, when our agriculture depends more on international markets, don't you think the prices are very much fluctuated because of that and the poor man gets affected by it?
Sir, definitely, sir. More the integration, more the dependence on the international market. But having said that, currently we have a lot of scope for agricultural exports, sir. It is only just 10%, if I can say. Shrimp exports is the major export from Andhra Pradesh coast, AP coast. Out of the 90 million ton of the catch, only 9 million ton is being exported. So I think we are not so much impacted by the global scenario as of now. and we have enough provisions to safeguard our farmers or fishing community or any agricultural community from the global scenarios which has harsh impact.
Okay. But don't you think the price gets shooted up? For example, you're talking about shrimps. Because of the export market we have, the price of shrimp in local market has risen a lot.
Sir, I think it is demand and supply which decides the price at the end of the day. And because of the international market only, even though price has risen up, the quality has improved a lot. I think it is a bargain we have to strike between the quality and the price. At the end of the better price will be taken by the farmer. If we look at the price alone, we are looking at the consumer side alone. I think we have to look at the producer too.
So you're staying in Visakhapatnam.
Yes.
Do you think Visakhapatnam is maybe better capital for Andhra Pradesh?
Sir, certainly yes, sir. Because it is one of the largest city in the Andhra Pradesh coast, and already there are certain infrastructure already placed available in the Visakhapatnam. So it is easier to develop the existing infrastructure to establish a new capital or a big city, given the port conditions and industries.
Does capital need any such kind of financial existence, or just it is needed for administration?
Sir, capital is needed. Having a capital, if a city is a capital, it's not just the administration that develops, but around it many industries develop. Administration means it is the executive that stays there, the legislature that stays there, because because administration is at a particular place, logistics will improve because of the necessity. The hospitality industry will grow. I think all the sectors will get a boost. I think that's what the history tells us. Whichever city is a capital, it has much more chance than any others to grow.
Do you support three capital or multiple capital now, or a single capital?
Sir, I support multiple capitals per se. Reason being, it is a diversified development. One of the reason for division of Andhra Pradesh, segregation of Andhra Pradesh is it is being to said that there is development happen only in one city or one part of the state. So in order to counter that, it's better to have a diversified development. If we have three capitals, all the three capitals will develop, if not alike, to a good extent. I think it will be the funds will be divided equitably, and all the regions can grow alike. There won't be any future incursions of earlier kind.
Okay. Yeah, we know that grassroots democracy, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
recently, the government of Andhra Pradesh has introduced new thing, that is grassroots of administration.
Mm-hmm.
What is that model?
Sachivalaya model, sir. AP Gram Sachivalaya.
Yeah. Do you think it is good model or any failed model?
It is a good model, sir. It showed its results during COVID, sir. COVID pandemic. I believe it is one of the main reasons for Andhra Pradesh to handle it so well. Through the Sachivalayam employees, the tracing, be it vaccination and other programs, sir.
So is it with in the line of World Bank's good governance concept?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Even it is in the concept of Swaraj of Gandhi, sir. It will take the governance to the local level, even to the last human being, to each and every household. So I think it is in the line of good governance of World Bank, sir.
Do you have any idea of that good governance concept given by World Bank? What are those important components of good governance concept by the World Bank?
I can't recall exactly, sir.
Right. Yeah. Bhogapuram.
Yes, sir.
Place the government thinks that to construct an international airport. But that region is very fertile and very irrigated in Vizianagaram. So do you think it causes some agricultural damage?
So any development project, there is a conundrum between whether it is development or the agriculture. I think it is the trade-off that we have to strike. As in Visakhapatnam has one airport, which is currently being handled by Navy defense personnel, and it is a small one. Inevitably, we have to move to some other place. So it is a question of where we have to move. So government chose Bhogapuram for its location and its reach for the Visakhapatnam city. Definitely, sir, it will impact agricultural lands. I think we have to see to it that it is minimized. We can't avoid the infrastructure that is going to come, but proper care to be taken. The land that is acquired must be barren land, not so fertile land.
Okay. Do you suggest any other area instead of Bhogapuram if you think so?
If I may suggest my own place, sir, it will improve my place, locality, Bobbili, sir, or Vizag. Because I'll be selfish about my place. So, yeah.
In Vizianagaram, there are two kinds of geographical, basically geography, right? That northern part or western part, which is dry,
Yes, sir.
whereas eastern part or southern part, which is very fertile. So why did you suggest that the right case?
Sir, northern part, as you say, sir, it is a tribal area, and
Not some part is tribal, but other part is very plain, right? But very dry.
yes, sir, I think I fall into that northern part of the area, Salur, Bobbili, the northern plains of Vizag.
Recently, one report, International Performance Index,
Sir,
has been released, right? What is the position of India in that report?
sir, I have got this.
The last position in that report, out of 180 countries, India stands at 180.
Okay.
Right? Why that situation happened in India? Why that environmental performance is very poor in India?
Sir, we have right laws placed, Environmental Protection Law or Forest Rights Act. I think somewhere we are missing in terms of implementation, sir. Be it rehabilitation, resettlement, or green initiatives. But I personally feel we have been taking many good initiatives, sir, in terms of for environment. Be it complete elimination of single-use plastic from July 1st, or CAMPA, compensatory afforestation management, when there is any diversification. I believe there will be much more improvement. I don't know the criteria on which it was ranked, but we are on good path as far as I can see.
What is that plastic used in mobiles, mobile
Sir,
material?
don't know, sir.
What do you think is the impact of GST on state revenue?
Sir, by bringing one nation, one tax, that is GST, many of these state taxes have been were part of GST now. So states lose the capacity to increase their revenue by changing the state taxes, which were earlier part of it. Because of which state doesn't have that fiscal space. Let us take the example of Andhra Pradesh or any state government. For them to implement any welfare scheme or any new measure, they need additional revenue, additional finances. In that front, because of GST, they are facing issues. They have financial crunch.
What happened to state's revenue? Did it increase? Did it decrease? If it decreased, then by about what percentage? Or is that a drastic fall?
There is no drastic fall, sir. There is GST compensation is currently available.
Okay.
If there is any mismatch, it is being given to states out of the GST compensation cess. And in fact, SGST and GST collection has been increased after GST because of one nation, one tax. Only thing is states lose that physical space.
So it's a political loss, not really a financial or a fiscal loss.
I wouldn't say political loss per se, sir. It's financial loss too. Let us assume states earlier have 100 items to charge upon. Currently, they have only 10, and on those 90, it is a combined tax, and they don't have any power to increase or decrease based on the requirement. Currently, we have only alcohol and petrol. So I think that's where states are facing.
Do you have any figures? Can you, the revenue actually increased or decreased? Any comment on that?
Yes, sir. March 2022 GST collections, AP,
Pre-GST and post-GST.
and I don't have any figures. Sorry.
You've applied. You put municipal commissioner grade 2 at a higher preference than usually candidates do.
Sir,
Any reason why?
the administrative scope it offers, sir. I can be in charge of a municipality.
Okay. Say you have been posted as the municipal commissioner for, is Bobli a municipality?
Yes, sir, it's a municipality.
What are some reforms that you would like to undertake?
Sir, one is underground drainage, sir. There is frequent clogging of water when there is any heavy rain in my locality. That's one I'm going to look after. Second, there is already a ban on single-use plastic. Not only, I think it's one of the first municipalities in India, but the implementation is very laggard, sir. So I'll see to it since we already have a policy. Third, I don't see any green spaces, sir. Even though it's a small town, my third preference will be to develop green spaces.
And how do you do that? Like, you need an empty space, right?
Yes, sir. There are government lands, sir, barren lands. I'll do social forestry.
Yeah.
So in this regard, that I will repeat again the same question, the first question asked by
Sir,
the impact of the Indian economy because of war. Certainly, the India is supposed to, I think, support of both countries. Which country you are supporting? Either Russia or Ukraine.
sir, India took the middle way, sir. As per national interests, India said that it is the internal matter of Russia and Ukraine. So that's why it has abstained from the voting. So I think it's in the national interest what India does.
Now, what is your opinion to support?
Sir, in international relations, there is no black and white, sir. I believe there are issues from the west and east too. Neither Russia is coming to the table for peace talks, nor US is. It is even provoking Russia. I think there is mistake from the both sides, sir. One is irking the Russia by way of status of NATO. Second, Russia going ahead in an aggressive way by attacking Ukraine.
What is your personal opinion to support the country individual? That means Ukraine or Russia?
I'm always against war, sir. At the end of the day,
It is
yes, sir.
you are supporting or you are against for war. Everybody is seeking peace in the world. But what I wanted to ask you that if you are willing to support either Russia or Ukraine, tell me your opinion. Tell no problem.
I think I'll be with Ukraine, sir.
Ukraine, why?
In a cricket match, we tend to support the smaller team. If it is between India and Bangladesh, other than India and Bangladesh match, if it is a match between Kenya and Australia, it's Kenya. So I think I'll choose Ukraine in this case, sir.
No, simply that you are forgetting that the relationship, the Indo-Russian relationship between, I think in fact for the last almost 7 decades.
Right, sir.
Now, simply you are throwing away that it's no. I think the political or even economical, or I think you are working in the defense or
Customs.
the customs,
Yes.
in fact, related to defense or something.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Personally, Ukraine being a small country, it couldn't be able to defend the might of the Russia.
There are many countries who are supporting Ukraine. That the small countries that even if it is that even our side, we are unable to support Ukraine
Mhm.
because of the several reasons.
Right.
Though we are in support of the privatization or impact of global scenario. Okay, but
Yeah.
right, that's
Okay, Naidu.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I think we are obviously impressed with the confidence and the composure is very good. You're very articulate. Adil, what was that question? Mobility divide. Yes, I think coming from customs department, we would expect you to know. కొద్దిగా దాని గురించి ఆలోచించుకో airport ది. And by the way, airport is not what the word you used. Airport is owned by Indian India. ఏదో అన్నా maintained by.
Currently, it's in defense airport, sir. Ours is
It is a defense airport.
correct.
Okay, it is a defense airport, but it is maintained and managed by AI.
Yes, yes.
So, no, you use some word which was a little lazy. And bifurcation of state law, no, Rasco, this is just opinions that I want to discuss with you. Bifurcation of state, single city development valla indi anantavu.
One of the reason, because Hyderabad centric development.
But they were the ones who wanted bifurcation and they have that city.
True, sir. Investments అన్ని హైదరాబాద్ లో అయిపోయి.
No, I know the story of it, but the logic is ki you are saying bifurcation అయింది ఎందుకు అంటే because single city like that. But they are the ones who actually
Right.
wanted to
I
leave.
think I contradicted
So
myself.
yeah. So that and
శివరామ్ కృష్ణన్ కమిటీ సజెస్ట్ చేసినాయి మళ్ళీ యూ కెన్ సపోర్ట్ ఇట్.
yeah, you can use a committee to back your ports మీద కొద్దిగా చూసుకో. Otherwise, wicket keeper ఎవరండి? You asked the question of cricketer ఎవరు అని.
Wicket keeper, yes, sir. You asked about wicket keeper, no, sir.
You said 20 years back.
No. Yeah, that's okay. That's what we said. మనోహర్ అంటే మేము ఈజీగా అనుకున్నాను బట్ కొంచెం his name is Sunil Manohar Gavaskar. Everybody knows that it's only simply because of Sunil Gavaskar. But you mentioned that Sunil Manohar Joshi or something. Joshi, but he was not politician. No, that the spin bowler ఉన్నాడండి Joshi, Manohar Joshi. But he's a familiar, but people are not even Ravi Shastri. So these are all Dilip Balwant Sarkar. Those passionate that అవన్నీ ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ స్పోర్ట్స్ లో మేము సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు అవన్నీ కూడా అంటే ఇట్స్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ అంటే యాక్చువల్లీ బట్ చెప్తే ఇంకా ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గివింగ్ ది ఆన్సర్ సునీల్ మనోహర్ జస్ట్ స్టాప్ హియర్ దట్స్ ఒకసారి ఆగిపోతుంది. పర్లేదు అనమాట. హౌ మెనీ సెంచరీస్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద వరల్డ్ రికార్డ్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ద ఫస్ట్ టెస్ట్ ఫస్ట్ ద ఇంటర్నేషనల్ వన్ డే దట్స్ 1975 his score was 36 for almost 60 overs in fact. There is a test match transfer into the one day. So the ancillary questions will come up if you are giving the reply.
Right.
Whatever it is, that's okay. And Ukraine and this war impact is also good. But అది కాకుండా మీరు స్మాల్ కంట్రీ అండ్ ఏదో అండర్డాగ్స్ సపోర్ట్ అనేది కాకుండా now the India is moved on to the globalization. When the global scenario, in fact, we are in the privatization and the globalization. Our economy has moved on to that. The entire, I think, in those days, that was the Nehru and our Indira Gandhi, President, the relationship between the Indo-Russia, that was there. That's that means what we are calling it is a sentiment, in fact.
Right.
The political sentiment. Of course, they are also, I think, supported us in as far as our war weapons are concerned, and we are also, I think, export of food grains and etc. That is all there. The relationship, that is a relation, in fact. But nowadays, when we are talking about the economy, that's the major role the plays with the rest of the world, other than Russia, in fact. So that we are always move on to the right direction as far as the globalization is concerned. So we support, if possible, that
Yeah.
not that we are always in neutral. Even the entire globe was two sides. One is the capitalist economy, another one the leftist economy, like the socialist pattern of society. But in those days also Nehru was thinking about, no, it is mixed economy, because we wanted to take the good characteristics of the socialist and as well as the product. So we are always such move. In fact, our conditions are such. In fact,
Best of both
okay.
worlds.
Right. Good luck. I think that your confidence levels are good, and it's good.
Good, your confidence levels are good. I think you'll perform good in interview. But one or two things. You said the selfish part, right? Selfish.
Yes.
Never use that word. No
Yeah,
matter
because,
which area you're from,
yeah,
I
public
don't
servant.
think. Obviously, you'll have that affection towards your area, but do not give a preference to it than other areas. That I don't think it is good. That it's bad in the what you say. And with respect to Russia-Ukraine part, even I have a doubt how to answer it, because India is in a very tricky position right now. We are non-aligned. We are sentimentally we have to be there with Ukraine,
Relation with.
but Russia relations are very important. But in such a scenario, I think the apt answer would be stick to whatever the stance of Indian government is. As you said, war, we want a peaceful solution for everything. Whatever issues that you have, sit on the table, discuss, and if possible, we'll mediate it. And we have done it in many wars before. We have to offer a mediating solution. Rather than as Sir said, in a way, you can offer a mediating solution for them. Rather than taking sides, I would say, what is the best solution for them, what is best for the world.
Right.
What is the stance of Indian government? Stick to that stance.
Sure, sir.
That should ideally be your stance.
Sure.
And you said SGST states are losing in GST.
Yes.
But when you speak such opinions, come up with some facts.
Yes.
I do so. Correct.
Yes.
Facts, without facts, your opinions will not be so.
Right.
They might be right,
Right.
but they'll not be strong.
Right, sir.
And in fact, states are benefited.
Okay.
And you said alcohol and petroleum only, right? But now states have any product you have, any product is under GST. States
Any
is
services
not-
under GST.
Services, states have got services now.
Yeah, that's an added advantage. Correct.
So, and India is primarily a service economy. So, get your facts first.
Okay.
When you give an opinion, try to get facts in that area.
Right, sir.
You're wearing the full suit, kada?
Yeah, I have another things.
Yeah. Just wanted to be sure. Okay.
And Jonas concept very much.
Yes. Yes.
And financial city ki financial administration అంటే ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇది ఉండాలా లేకపోతే అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ అనేటువంటి ఇంకొంచెం డిఫైన్ చేద్దాం. అదర్వైజ్ కానీ చెప్పి క్యాపిటల్ ఏదైనా సరే ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ చెప్పి ఇంకా
Okay, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.